They will be buying something else.
Heidi,
They have our
good.
eye.
Yes, but it's way better.
Oh,
Good,
yeah.
good. Exciting news.
Yeah, I mean, I had a really good double facial the other day. It was really fun.
Nice.
So yeah, had some So
Awesome. We'll stand if you open the doors to your business at all this week.
Yep, this week I've been doing nothing but moving and
That's
moving.
okay. That's okay. Did you
That's
talk
what
to
you're
anybody
doing.
about your business at all, or do any business cards, or anything in between?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not.
That's
this
okay.
week.
So stand if you had at least $50 in sales. Stay standing.
Oh, speaking of
So
sales,
stand-
I have the rest of the money from the last sale.
Yay! Okay. Have you had more than 100 in sales? Stay standing.
Mine's just like 80.
we're on we haven't,
Kind of
Kind
in
of.
the workings of more than
in the
100.
workings of putting together a sale.
Okay. So in the yes, it's gonna happen phase.
Yes, she wants something. She can't decide between something. So.
Okay, I deserve it all back.
That's what I'm gonna
So
just
that's
try to
always the
really
one
talk
that I'm
to her
working on.
because I think she really would go for that one. So.
Cool. Okay, so more than 200 tentative.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right. So I think we're sitting
How
at
did this
2.
Yeah.
I can build a bag right. I deserve it all back.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Give Heidi a round of applause. Heidi, here is a calendar to mark your progress and track your sales and do anything to just have like a shorter version of what's already in your booklet right now. So you can like make notes and you can put little like things and like keep that in your glove compartment or in your cart to transfer any data or info that you need so that it will be short and to the point. And I like this quote on the front. That's why I got it.
Cool. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So first and foremost, there are a lot of announcements. So I hope you guys have like paper and pen to write down good stuff. You can use that. You can use that to write down dates.
I think
Really good stuff. There's no crap. This is really good stuff. Okay. So first and foremost, Thursday. How do we like Thursday meetings?
It's way more convenient for me.
Way more convenient for her.
It is in general.
It is in general. Okay. Leanne's also gonna show up at 6:45, and this will be the first time she's been able to make it before 8 o'clock in a long time. So I was trying to make it conducive for more people. So we'll see how this works out. I'm gonna keep it on Thursdays for the next week or two, just until the end of April. We'll reevaluate and see if Wednesdays are better. But Donita is not able to come because of Bible study on Wednesday or on Thursday. So I met with her last night, and we did our own meeting. And then she helped with my party last night.
Cool.
So I am personally working Wednesdays and Thursdays and having guests come at 7 both nights. So if you're a Wednesday person, still come on Wednesday. We'll do an impromptu meeting. We'll do a more like a coaching session. Like, what do you need out of your business? I'm here to train. I'm here to coach. And then on Thursdays is when we'll actually record until further notice, which we'll probably end up switching. We might end up switching, I'm not sure, because I want to make it convenient for Jasmine too. So, you got a pen? Do you need a pen? Heidi, do you have an extra pen on you? Okay, so next Thursday, I need you guys to take point on this. Next Thursday is April 26th. And at 7 o'clock, we're going to be teaming up with Tracy next week for our meeting night. Thursday, the 26th at 7 p.m., it is going to be a Miracle Set 3D grand product preview for consultants only. So do not bring guests next Thursday. Okay? It's just going to be for consultants to try out the new 3D Miracle Set. Who's excited about that? If you have seen any of the reviews, I'm going to start using it tonight. I'll take a before picture and I'll start using it and see my own results before we even meet next Thursday. So I'll have my own before and after picture to show you guys before we start. I just barely got my box 2 days ago, and I was like, oh my word! So
what's the price difference between that
it's
one
$110.
and
$110 for an
more.
eye cream inside of it.
Oh,
You could not get the Miracle Set with an eye cream
yeah. Because
for
right now
less.
it's,
Yeah, you
yeah,
save
it's
$15
like-
to
yeah,
get it that way.
That's awesome.
It's amazing. So yes, it's 110. I just found out from Jen Kirkham. Her Facebook Live was very informative on the dates and also the difference it's making on her face. She's only used it 3 times, and the before and after picture that she posted is incredibly different for the fine lines and wrinkles. So if you're at all concerned about fine lines and wrinkles, ladies, 3D, Miracle Set 3D. You'll see results within 4 weeks? He said within 4 weeks you'll see huge results. Jen Kirkham, 3 days. Okay? So you got that on your calendar? Miracle Set 3D. Okay, so next thing to come is the, and I'll touch more on that because we've got to get the miracle sets that we currently have on our shelves. We've got to sell those off. We've got to move the product out. So do you have any product on your shelf? You don't have any product yet. Heidi, you have miracle sets out?
Yes.
Okay, sell them off. Sell them off within the next 2 weeks so that starting May, you have all new products. So you'll want to place a big order for the miracle sets like 1st of
When-
May.
And first
You'll
of
be
all-
able to order 1st of May. And so yeah, shovel out all of your old miracle sets and be ready to take that money and apply it to your miracle set 3D. So exciting. Okay. Next, discover the most powerful self. I did not know this was happening, but heaven forbid we miss it. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Stacey James is doing a Discover Your Most Powerful Self training for only 2 hours at the Regency Circle Marriott tomorrow night. I'm like, date night. I'm going to take my husband and I'm going to make it,
At 7?
yes, at 7, and it's $10 at the door. So I'm like, oh my word. So Stacey James, just so you know who she is, Jasmine, Stacey James is a multimillionaire with Mary Kay and has grown up in the Omaha area starting her business. She was a Lincoln girl, she was an Omaha girl, she was an all around the map kind of girl here. Now she lives in Oklahoma, but her daughter lives here in Omaha, and so she makes visits. And to get her in our space, I mean, she's the top 10 of Mary Kay. Like, as far as like who's Mary Kay Ash herself, she's in the top 10 of like the highest Mary Kay Ashes. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're talking like the most, influential, the most lucrative, the most successful, the most out there, and she's right here. Like, anyway, so Deb Pike that we do that training with, that workshop with, you both are going. I'm so excited. That is going to be with Deb Pike. This one's with Stacey James. They're both amazing. They're both $10 and they're both happening like super close together. So power packed. If you can make it tomorrow night. I haven't heard that it's sold out, but it was just on Tracy's Facebook page, and I was like, how did I not see this? So I just saw it today, or else I would have told you like weeks ago. So it's happening tomorrow. So if you can make it, do it. Tomorrow is April 20th, and it's going to be from 7 to 9 at the Regency Hotel. I can text you the details. I'll probably will just text all this on the Voxer, /text. You don't get the Voxer. But anyway, it's titled Discover Your Most Powerful Self. And I don't think it's a pampering session. So I think it is for you to just come as a consultant and be fed and like, I mean, you could bring a guest. There's nothing saying that you can't bring somebody non-Mary Kay, but it wouldn't be a pampering session. Okay? That I know of. Okay, so May 5th, I will let you know if there's a difference though. It said guests are free, so I'm assuming that they are wanting you to bring guests, but it's gonna be more.
So it might be like a recruiting type.
I think it is, but they've been known to do a little bit of pampering right before the speaker comes. So it might be like 6 o'clock, bring guests and do like a quick like dash out the door look routine, so you can at least like try the product really quick, and then you move into the other room where the speaker's going, and you're like for 2 hours you'll listen to Stacey James. So it may, I'm not sure. I'll get you more details, because all I know is what I've told you, and that's just what I found out today. So next, May 5th, you guys are both registered. I put my check in the mail today. You both paid me. Heidi, you haven't paid me. Donita just made a pit stop and paid me. David, not Donita. Donita's going. Jasmine's going. You're going. I'm going. And I think Leanne is going. So she's
Have
going
you
to
heard
bring
from Davida?
Yes, she couldn't. Jason, situation tonight. Okay, so the end of the month is coming soon. It's happening faster than you know it. And we only have one bracelet achiever right now, and we usually have at least 3 to 5. So, step it up, girls. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight, is stepping up your game, lifting the cap off of your thinking and knowing what's possible. Look at you, you're like, I know I'm there. So, here's the deal. A lot of times we can get into this like stinking thinking mentality of like scarcity mode, and I don't have the people, and I don't have the sales, and I don't have the money to invest in inventory, I don't have. And we talk ourselves like we loop ourselves like into things and out of things and into things and out of things, and we go through this like emotional roller coaster sometimes, and it's actually a thing to go through from like starting out being excited, and then to go to, oh, this is a little bit harder than I thought, to, oh, I'm mad at the system, I'm mad at people, now I'm mad at myself. oh, now maybe I'm doubting like my abilities, and then back into excited. Like we do that as women all the freaking time. And so it's like the bounce back ability to go through that emotional cycle is what we're going to be talking tonight, and making all of it click in your brain so that it's like, oh my gosh, like I can do this. Okay. So we are at right now, we are $4,235 away from where we need to be by the end of the month, and we have 13 days to do it. $4,000 away! Can you get excited? Like that means we have something to go for. That means we have something to aim for. 13 days, you can make magic happen if you are on purpose and if you are working. So I'm very excited to be working with that. And Latandria, I want to give a shout out to Latandria. She just is our first bracelet achiever for the month of April. Just placed a $600 order. So let's clap for her. She's watching. And then Danita just got her buzz kit, or her business kit. She got 2 of them. She's like, it didn't come fast enough. I ordered a second one. So she just got her business card case last night. Give her a round of applause. And she also had a $700 party down in Kansas City with her 8 friends from her mom's friends. So that was super exciting too. So I wanted to give shout outs to the women who are watching. So that's all it for announcements and recognition for right now. For product knowledge, I want you guys to know a little bit about the biocellulose mask and how to work it in your into your regimen personally first, okay? So have you guys seen this? Oh my gosh, okay.
I know, this is a great time. I know.
Is it? Okay, we were just talking about Thursdays.
Because, I have to go. Have dinner with Dr. Karen and Josh.
7:45?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for telling me about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing a quick sneak peek on the, not sneak peek, this has been out. Have you used it?
No, because I have a whole bunch
Okay,
of
everybody
animals.
pass it around. Squeeze it, squish
It's
it,
like-
love
it's
it.
So, I mean,
So thick. Feel how thick the mask is. Can you
Is
feel
this
it through the
one?
plastic?
Is this one?
This is one mask. It's thick.
oh my gosh, I have to order some then. Because I have a whole bunch from like Hong Kong and I love them.
Yeah.
They're just
That's why your face looks amazing. Because Koreans know what's up.
Yeah,
Like
it's-
Korean
it's
beauty is a
Korean-
thing.
Yeah, it's
It's such a thing. So I will tell you how it works. If you haven't watched the videos, go watch some of the videos because they're so juicy. Like I don't even know how to explain it. It's
we
filled
always do like, sorry, keep going.
with coconut water. And so what it does, here, yeah, throw it back to me, is it's power packed with coconut water, and it has 2 mesh layers. So if you look on the back right here, pass it around one more time so you can see the back of it.
Read it.
No, just read the back of it. Just look at the back of it. So there's 2 mesh layers. So one mesh layer you pull off, you suck it to your face, and it seriously stays by itself. You don't have it like falling off, like your face
I
is
watched the
falling
video
off.
someone put in on them.
And then it looks freaky. It looks freaky.
Yeah, you look like
You look
like
like
a
a
Jason mask.
screenshot.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And then you peel off the other layer, and that oxygen that it gives it, once you pull off the mesh layer, you sit it with it for 30 minutes. And I seriously have done this maybe 2 to 3 times. I think I've done it twice, maybe 3 times. I do it on like date night, movie night, so my husband can't. It's like gray. I'm like, "Rrr." It's totally great. Like, have you guys seen that video? It's hilarious. I sent it to most of you, so if you haven't seen it, I'll send it again. But anyway, so you sit with it for 30 minutes, and after 30 minutes, it goes from being like yay thick on your skin to being like paper when you take it off.
just soaks into your
It just
skin.
soaks into your skin.
And the extra stuff from the packet, I always put on my
I do
neck,
too.
and I'm like,
You squeeze so much out of the packet. I was lathering it down my neck, my chest. I was rubbing it on my stretch marks. I was rubbing it down my thighs. I was like, oh my gosh, Cameron, get over here. I started wiping it all over his face. He was like, what are you doing? I was like, don't let a single drop go to waste. Like, that's how I was. I was like, stop, we need to keep doing it. Anyway, it's crazy. I turned into crazy. He was like, oh my gosh, you and your crazy stuff. But it's seriously amazing. So I want to tell you, guess what's going on right now?
they're a sale.
BOGO. Buy one, get one half off. So guess how much these masks cost you a piece? Like $4.
It's so nice. Because they're like, when you sell them, they're pretty expensive, but they're so worth it.
They're normally $17.50 mask for customers. So chop that in half already because we get it half off, which turns into what?
Like what?
8 something or less?
Yeah, $8.75.
$8.75, and now it's half off, so it's like $4 for us to get our masks. Per mask, $4. Holy cow! Okay, so we should look phenomenal. I'm gonna buy like 50 of them and use them like every other day and turn into like a 5-year-old. I'll be looking younger than my daughter.
I just love that stuff though, because before they came out with that, we had the one that was like 24 karat gold, and they had one for like every day. It just, it's so,
So good.
yeah, but I'm using it all up, so I'm just like, okay, I guess I just have to go back to Hong Kong to get that.
Oh no. And this one, guess what? We sell it. So people will see the before and after. So do a picture now before you've ever tried a mask. If you have tried a mask, it doesn't matter. Try it. Take a before picture anyway, and then try a mask, take an after picture, try another mask the next week later, take another picture, and do it within a 4-week span of time. You will see significant results. Like, I love seeing Tracy's husband. He like shrunk up. Like, it's just like back to like, wow, everything's tight again. It was so cool to see on men too.
Yeah, Josh is like aging really badly.
Just like spread it everywhere, and then like rub the rest like on his head and like take it across. It's like, yes.
Just do that for him.
No, our husbands need it just as much as we do. I like had to totally give my husband a pampering session. I was like, "Hey, pampering session tonight." He's like, "Excuse me?"
Yes.
Like, we need a pampering session for you. You got some stuff going on. You're like, you gotta look good too if I'm looking good.
If I'm looking young and you're looking old, there's gonna be some issues.
A lot of people will be asking, "Did you rob the cradle?"
Yeah,
I'm flattered.
Anyway.
But no, it's for real. So yes, it's just as much for men as it is for women. But get excited about buy one get one half off only until the 30th. So take advantage. So I was just telling everyone, Leanne, that we are $4,000 away from where we need to be plus by the end of the month. And so every order counts, and everybody just selling, like getting in on this stuff and getting excited again. Enthusiasm really is what's going to take this to the sky.
Yeah.
Really, it's just like, oh my gosh, guys, look at my before and after. You're gonna love it. I love these. I love that it's so. And you can give them. I mean, since they cost us only $4 a mask, perfect hostess perfect hostess gift. Because they normally would be $17.50, but for us right now they're only $4. That right there is a huge hostess promotion. Because I mean, can you get excited about like, hey, you get to take home a mask that will like shrink up your face and make it like so much healthier and better when you leave my party.
Yeah.
Oh my word. Like, take the pampering home with you, try it out, give me a before and after, sell all your friends on it.
Yeah, that'll be.
Or do it at the party. You can do it on one person at the party, and while she's sitting there, you do everybody else's faces with charcoal, with facial peel, with something else.
Oh, I love the truffle mask too.
And so everybody's trying like different treatments, but she's sitting there with this thing on, and everyone's just like, I want to be next. I want to be next. I want to be next. And then you book everybody else for their parties. If they book a party, they get to put on the mask.
Cool.
So guys, that's seriously what's going on right now. Okay, the other thing, Miracle Set 3D is next Thursday. We're doing a Just Consultant product preview of the 3D Miracle Set next Thursday.
Okay.
And so it's like the newest and greatest thing. You'll see results within, according to Jen Kirkham, 3 days. She sees huge results. And she's been using Repair Set forever. So to go from Repair to Miracle
I
Set
love
3D,
the repair set.
you
So
look amazing with it too.
I'll have to come to that. That's next.
Just check out the 3D set, just so you know what it is, because I'm going to convert to 3D Miracle Set. I mean, I've been kind of in and out of the Repair, but mostly using Miracle Set anyway, so there's no question in my mind that I'm going to be on the Miracle Set 3D. But for those of you who have been using Repair, come try the 3D so you know what it does, you know how the results are, and you can talk about it and preach on that, okay? Okay, so now let's get into like the nitty-gritty of our training. So, have you guys ever had a negative thought?
Yeah.
Never. Ever. Oh, never, ever, ever. Pull one out. Don't open it yet. Okay, so have you ever had a negative thought or a limiting thought in your business before?
All the time.
All the time? Okay. So tell me some of the things, I want you to be real and open. Tell me some of the things that are limiting in your brain right now. Like, what have you been telling yourself that's a limiting thought? Heidi.
That I don't have friends with the funds to be able to afford,
Product.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have friends with the funds to afford. Okay.
I have a list.
Get a list. Get that list on paper.
Mine
It
is.
will be helpful.
I can name them all right now. Well, most of them anyway.
Yeah,
Mine
top
is
3.
no time,
Okay.
too much money. And what in the heck am I doing? That's where I've been at for the past week. Yeah.
Okay. Leanne?
It's one of it is just like, what if they say no? Isn't that the silliest thing?
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst that they can say.
Rejection sucks.
But you have this connotation that like the next time you see them, they'll just go back to that thought, and
Exactly,
like you tell
they just-
yourself the same thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because it's like I've reached out to like people at work or like my
And they've said stuff.
work's wives, and then some of them have been great, and then the other ones they like don't answer, and I'm like, hey, like just checking back, or I'll even go up to them on the eyes, and they're like, I'm just busy. I'm like, that's fine. Like I'm like, I know you're busy, and I know there's a lot of stuff going on. Just whenever you're ready, and it's just weird. Like, and that's okay, because a lot of things get weird at the rink. I coach figure skating, so like whatever, and it's just I totally forgot about it until now. So I was like, okay, well that's fine. Well, and like her loss because
Right, wrinkles to you, sister. That's what I always say.
Mhm.
Wrinkles to you, sister. Like as you don't need me. No, and I know that can be that definitely, especially if you're an I. Influence is important to you.
Mhm.
Recognition by other people, validation from other people, making sure that you're good on terms with everybody, not having anybody have a beef with you. I mean, those are big things for me too.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, like everybody needs to like me. Everybody needs to like be okay with me, and
Like a
that's
people
that's
pleaser.
that's a people
exactly
pleaser.
how
Yeah.
I am.
And that's a personality thing that we were kind of born with, and I don't think that's like something that you should be ashamed. Like it's just something you have to work with.
Yeah.
And so for us, that is a struggle, and that is a hard part. So this is helpful to like put them out. So put your like top 5 limiting beliefs on paper. Because if you don't put them on paper, they're going to rattle around in your brain, and you're going to keep going through the emotional wheel again and again and again, having this limiting thought that like throws you out of your mojo, and then back in it again, and then out of it, and then in it, and self-talk back in it, whatnot. So the reason why I gave you the Dove chocolate is because I bought a bag of them last week because I had a million limiting beliefs going on in my brain, because I'm like $4,000 away from where we need to be by the end of this month. Like I am freaking out. We've never been this like far away from our goal before. And we're in the qualifying state of the company looking at us and saying, do you want to stay a unit? And I'm like, yes, of course we want to stay a unit.
Oh my gosh.
But when I have 4,000 on myself, I'm like, I have a limiting belief here right now. Like my butt's in the hot seat, and we're getting things done, and I'm holding parties, and I'm looking for 100 women in the next 100 days, but I have 13 days to pull together 4,000. So that's why I was like, okay, limiting beliefs popping into my head, limiting lies. And so I bought myself some Dove chocolate. I've already gone through one whole bag, because every time I have a limiting thought, I pull out a Dove chocolate, and there's an awesome quote, there's an awesome saying inside. So open up yours, and we're going to share them, and and you'll take some home too, because I want you guys to like have this like reminder to actually like go home with it. So mine says, each day is a new beginning. I love that. And this is, and whatever I need for that moment, it just seems to like boost me up. I'm like, I can make one more booking call. Like every day is a new beginning. There's one that was like, every minute counts, and I was like, yes, you're right. I can do another thing in this next minute, and other things like that. So Jasmine, what does yours say?
Mom taught me more than she'll ever know.
And these are mom ones too. I'm like, they are really hitting home with me. I almost started crying because my mom's the one who got me into DIQ. I mean, like, not everything my mom, but like, she was my biggest push for the last day of the month, and so it was like something like a mom thing, and I was like, okay, Mom, I can do it.
Cute.
Because she really was. Like, she woke me up at 5 a.m. She's like, Emily, what do you need to finish this goal? And I was like,
Oh, that's so
but she was my 5th person, so that I could find 5 more that day, and like felt like I could. She was like my number 5 who got me.
That's great.
Very cool. Okay, what does yours say? What? What do you say?
Is you can pursue any dreams you want with hard work.
With hard work. Pursue any dreams you want with hard work. Little Dove chocolates, guys. Just little Dove chocolates. Heidi, what does yours say?
Mine's, I got a mom one. It says, cherish each moment with your mom.
See, I think it was like that. I was like, okay, I'll call my mom. Yeah, what does yours say?
Mine says your laughter is love.
Ooh.
Like when was the last time I actually really enjoyed the process of anything?
Oh.
Sounds like not no.
Well, that's a perfect segue. Okay, so once you guys have your list of 5, did you guys make a list of
Oh,
5?
I only did 3, but let me.
Get 2 more on there, because I know you have them. I've already done this for myself. And then this is your take-home assignment, is to make a list of 50 reasons why you started. Okay, so I'll give you 2 more seconds to write your 5. And eat your chocolates while you write
50
it.
reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have
so now we do 50 reasons?
So not here,
Okay.
because we won't have time for 50, but Heidi's done this. I'm working on mine. And this is very helpful for anybody who's struggling, like anytime you get like a bad thought in your head. The 50 reasons either why you started, the 50 reasons why Mary Kay has already helped you, or the 50 reasons, this is all inclusive. Or the 50 things that you want or wanted, you want Mary Kay to do for you. Okay? So the 50 reasons why you started would be get out of debt, build a dream home, freedom, flexibility, finances, friendships, fun.
Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Are you allergic to anything?
No, it's just
Chocolate?
no. Definitely not. No, I'm not. I just sometimes I get like maybe it's just like
There's
the
a
cat
tissue
hair.
right next to you in case you need it.
Thanks. No, I just it's probably cat hair like or something. So
So the 50 reasons why. The 50 reasons why. And usually the top surface 20 will just be just like freedom, flexibility, finances, friendships, fun, you know, the opportunities, the, you know, the interactions, there'll be a lot of surface stuff. But once you get to like 35, 40, 50 is really when you should be like jerking tears. Like it should be almost tear jerking because it's like, okay, like for reals, why did I start this? I wanted this for my babies to be able to have a confident mama. I started this so that my husband could see me take him on that trip that I've always wanted to like have with my Mary Kay money. Or, you know, something that really evokes that emotion, and that's the one, whatever evokes that kind of emotion is the one that needs to be on a picture board. It's the one that needs to be in front of you at all times so that it doesn't get lost and it doesn't be like a once every 5 years you write down your 50 reasons, because that's what it's been for me. 5 years ago I wrote down my list of 50, 4 years ago, and I haven't done that since. And people are like, where's your list of 50? And I was like, oh my word, like it's buried, like it's lost in my files, like. And so I've been working on my 50, and I'm like, this is gold. This is solid gold. So do that as your homework assignment, and don't just throw that by the wayside as like, oh yeah, just a to-do thing, but actually sit down and take a minute to be like, why did I do this? And like, what are the things that I want to make happen with my business? Okay? So your hopes for a better future, like what it's already done for you, what kind of things that you feel like it has given you, and what kind of things would you not have if it wasn't for Mary Kay. So that's kind of like the picture of your Mary Kay business right now. So I want to ask you guys a question, and I want some interaction right now, is what kind of business would be ideal for you right now? What kind of a business? So think for a second. Think of amount of customers. Think of amount of team members. Think of amount of time you dedicate every week. Think of the amount of income that you bring in every month. Think about like what would honestly be your ideal. Would it be to quit your other job? Would it be to do this like 20 hours a week and be able to make bank? Would it be to just be able to have only customers, no team members, and have like a good like 300 to 500 customers a year coming back to you, and that you don't even have to work it anymore, but the customers are flowing to you? Do you want to build a team? Do you want to build to a career level position? Do you want to have a free car with Mary Kay? Do you want to be in a leadership role where you're the one teaching and you're the one taking my spot up here? Are you the one, you know? So think of your ideal situation, like for reals, not what I want, not what the company wants, not what, you know, what sounds exciting, but like for realsies, how much money and how many hours would be your ideal with Mary Kay? And like what customers and team members like would play a part in that. So give those numbers if you can. Did you already write yours down?
No, I'm in deep thought. I don't have a realistic thing in my head yet, because I'm still fighting the why the heck am I doing this right now?
So write down what would be ideal. Like if we can figure out the things that's not working for you right now and merge that gap between your ideal situation and where you're at right now, what would that be? We'll figure out the middle in just a minute, but I want to go with this. Find that like ideal business. So maybe start with the amount of earnings,
Yeah, I did that.
like how much you want to be making every month. And then narrow it down to, and then hours a week as well, like how much time you'd be willing to put into it. And then the customers and consultants that can help you out with there. And whenever you're ready to start, let me know. What's your number?
Okay, my 700 plus a month of income.
Okay.
And then maybe 10 to 15 hours a week. 'Cause it's like, I don't know, it just depends on the time of the year, as you know, like, because with ice skating, it's like, winter is really crappy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but then it's like, this week I had so much extra time, I was like, what do I do?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so.
So 700 a month with 10 to 15, totally done. Totally done.
Doable,
So,
right?
so doable. Okay. So 10 to 15 hours a week, honestly, like that income's gonna like be a whole lot more. So
Okay.
in that, how many, just doing 10 to 15, like in out there work, I'm gonna say 10 party hours, the other 5 just as like your prep and like
Yeah.
office time and whatnot.
Okay.
Just in that, that's 3 appointments. That's like, a double facial over here and 2 parties, or that's like, a facial, a double facial, and a party. At least 3 appointments is what you could make with 10 hours. With those 3 appointments, you're gonna have anywhere between 3 to 10 new customers a week. So you take that to the end of the month, that's anywhere between 12 to 40 new customers every month, and you times that by 12, that's 144 to well over, what's 40 times 12?
480.
480, there you go. 480 customers a year. Okay, and we do have the highest customer service rate. We have the highest residual,
Yeah.
like return, have the highest
I have
retention.
this is from when I first started. Her name is Tika, and I've had
I
her.
think I remember that name.
Yeah, so she has been out of even like my family members. She's come back for like her.
Consistent products.
Yeah.
She's probably the one who got you back in it, huh?
Yeah, she was like, well, I texted her out randomly again when I started back up. She's like, I was just gonna text her. I was like, okay, here we go.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Oh, our customers will keep us going.
like that you want to hold on to.
Yeah. And she has like the same order every 3 months, and it's fine. And she just reaches out to me.
Oh my gosh, but the fact that she's consistent like that,
Yeah.
put her in like the normal bracket. Like that is what your normal will be
Yeah.
with all of your customers.
Mhm.
You'll have, let's just say 100, even
Mhm.
100 great customers just like her that are
That's
ordering every 3
perfect.
months. What's her order?
It's like 30. It's like Ivory one. That.
Like it's an ivory, just that 3rd month
Yeah.
is the ivory one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any customers that are like consistently like on a schedule with skincare?
Josh's mom. So she has like the big, like the repair set, and she keeps buying the serum because that goes by.
Oh, it does.
quickly.
3 months.
So then she kept buying it. She bought it every month and a half because she does like 2 pumps or 3 pumps even. So I'm like, just buy the packet, and then she'll run out of the serum again. But like, she's bought 2 packets for me, like the big.
The big repair. Totally. So imagine like 100 miracle set, 100 repair set customers. Like that's why our skincare is like the basis of our company.
And I mean, everyone is like, why do you? Is that weird when people ever ask her like, why do you use Mary Kate? Like, my skin hasn't broken out in a long time. Like, this is just me picking it.
People ask you?
Yeah, I'm like, my skin is great.
Yeah, I'm like, you shouldn't have anybody ask. They should be like, what do you use? Why
Yeah.
can't I?
Yeah. So
That's crazy that they say that.
yeah. I'm like, well, I don't break out, so try
I
it.
don't have anybody ask me why. They just ask me. They just say like, oh, it's good.
Yeah.
So no, I don't have the why question. Okay, Heidi, what would your ideal be?
So
Income
my
every month.
ideal, yeah, so, at least $1,000 in sale would be ideal. Just having customers coming back, reordering, and referring me out, like being
Word of
so
mouth.
excited to like share me and what I can do for them and the products that I have. And so for ideal, like 3 to 6 would be like party hours, and then probably like
3 to 6 hours a week.
yeah, between 10 and 15 like work. Yeah, it's like Mary Kay hours.
Cool. Sounds
So,
about
yeah,
the same.
So like two to three
Appointments a
2
week.
to 3 appointments a week.
Cool. Okay, so the same numbers goes for you, Heidi. There's no reason why you couldn't even have like, that 12 to 25 consistent customers every month, being your like new, like having 25 to 30. I always shoot for 30 every month. 30 new customers that are sticking with me, that are coming back to me, that are working with me, that are like expecting me to have their product. So perfect. Okay, so now that we've got that down, we need to figure out like what fills you. Your personality will say a lot about this, okay? So when we're talking about your purpose in life, what brings you joy? What brings you joy, Heidi? You figured this out this year.
So being able to help people, being able to like make connections with people, being able to find a need and fill that need, being able to provide better things for my family, knowing that I'm contributing
Cool.
to those things. But being able to bridge gaps and help people, and knowing that I'm making a difference and taking where they are and helping them to get to where they want to go.
Awesome. So whether that be your family, your kids, and bridging a gap between like quality of life, or just even like making a difference in their lives, and then also with every single person you interact with. It's just trying to like make a difference with each person and touch that heart, flip that stone over, brighten their day, or do something that makes a difference in your legacy. I love that. That's deep. And yeah, that's your why. I mean, that's your like core of why you're doing your business. Everything stems from that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a big, huge flower. But that's your core. Jasmine, the question was income earnings. What would be your desired income earnings every month?
I don't have a number, but I do know how much I want to, like how many parties a week I want to do.
How many parties a week do you want to do?
The minimum is 3.
Wow, that's awesome. That's great.
3 every week. And you don't have a number of how much you want to bring in? Like how much does your family, how much do you want just for your own? Because I know you said that you've got.
So I'm just kidding. Seriously, I do know.
Let's say
But realistically,
1,200
like,
and above, 700 to, give yourself like
I don't have
a,
a realistic number in my head right now. It's just anything at this point is like would be great, because right now I'm just like, why am I doing this? Just to see
You just want
something
to see
actually
some
happening
money coming in.
will give me enough boost to like, okay, I can
to
do
keep
this.
going.
I don't even care if it's just $1. I'll be happy that dollar got here.
Let's say
Just
500.
buy
Let's say what
something.
500 would do for you.
Because I get a lot of promises, but they aren't fulfilled. So that's
We're
kinda
gonna
what
talk
got me
about
like,
that too.
You know what?
Oh, in terms of parties and like,
Yeah.
let me tell you what happened to me.
That seems to be a thing. So
So I I warm chatted someone and we booked a party and we confirmed it like 2 or 3 times, and I went to her house and she like never answered the door and she like wasn't there. Like it was. I remember when I called you. Like it just.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
And that just stinks. Like that's just like.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I like actually put makeup on, and I'm like, it's fine. I mean,
Did she ever?
Was it
say
in
what
Omaha at
happened?
least?
yeah, it was in
Okay.
Omaha, and it was like really like this snow calm and shit, but it was like, yeah, I'm gonna be there, and it was like a week before, a couple days before, and it was like.
Did you ever find out what happened?
She never answered me back, so I was like, well, next opportunity. Yeah.
I can respect a no quicker than a dodging me. Don't dodge me. Just say no.
Yeah, just say
Just
no,
no.
and it's
And
like,
then O
yeah.
and O no
Means
means next
next
opportunity, right?
I got you.
Yeah.
Really. And fail means first attempt in learning, and I was like that. I
Love
thought
that.
that was a huge failure, but I was like, you know what, things happen, and you never
I'm
know.
so glad that you bounced from that though, because so many
Mhm.
people would eat bonbons on their couch for a month and say Mary Kay sucks and it's not for me.
No.
You know, like that really does happen to some people, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if that happened, none of you would be here. Like I would not have been able to move to Omaha, put my husband through law school. Like you guys
Gosh.
don't even realize half the crap I went through when I'm sorry. And like that, like Mary Kay said, she always had the bloodiest knees because she was the one who fell the most, and she always got herself back up. And so this business is not easy. I will never claim that this is easy, but it is simple, and it is all about how fast you can bounce back. Your enthusiasm is your key to the beat. It is your like essence of your business. And so if you drop at all in your enthusiasm for what you're doing, you drop it all in your confidence, you drop it all in like your ability to just like pick yourself back up and get yourself back in the saddle, you let somebody else take your pen and be like, write all over my future, write all over my Mary Kay business, write all over my date book. Like you've just clouded out like 3 weeks of work because I just won't feel like it because of the way you made me feel. Here, take my pen and just like cross out 3 weeks of work because I'm just gonna be in a rut eating bonbons on my couch for 3 weeks. Here, take it. That's honestly what you're doing. And so you have to be like, nope, 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 nope. That gave me an opportunity to pivot. I want you to write the word pivot down. So I will tell you multiple stories of times in my business where I had literally called and booked 7 different people to come to a clubhouse or like a lounge area in a college town for Jana, my senior, to come and share the opportunity with 7 college girls that I had individually booked. And so I had 7 women who were all like, yeah, I'll be there. No show. All of them. I had the lights on. I was like, oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. She just drove all the way down from Idaho Falls from Rexburg, which is like a half an hour drive. And there's 7 people that no-showed. So instead of me being like, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed, like I can't even imagine, like you just drove down here, you're going to be furious at me, like, oh my gosh, what am I doing with my business? I'm only a month old in this company. I'm like crazy. I got in the car and I said, so we're not supposed to be there. And she's like, what's going on? And I was like, well, 7 people just no-showed. So, and most of them haven't even responded to why they didn't no-show. They just started showing. So, we're not supposed to be there. And she's like, okay, where are we supposed to be, Emily? And I was like, hold that thought. And I just get out my phone and I start texting people. And I'm like, you know what? I have a feeling like I need to reach out to one of my besties. She's already listened to the business opportunity twice. She's already said, no, this isn't for me. But for some reason, I'm getting the vibe I needed to reach out to her. So I reached out to her and I was like, hey, Callie, what are you doing right now? Jana just drove up from Idaho Falls. She's willing to meet with anybody right now. I need to have somebody for her to meet with. Will you listen to the business opportunity again? And she messaged me back and she's like, I have been online all day long applying for jobs and gotten rejections or like non-availability or like not hiring or whatnot. I was just about to jump in the shower. It's like 8 o'clock at night. She's like, I haven't even showered today because I've just been so like pitiful with like not being able to find a job. And yeah, I'll be there in 5 minutes. And I was like, that is so unlike you. Like, you're not even showered or ready for the day and you're gonna meet me in 5 minutes. And I just like got this vibe. I was like, okay. 7 people canceled to clear the path so I could meet with this girl. And she came in and she was like one of the people I needed to finish up my car, my DOQ, everything. I mean, and changed her life that night. She was like, if anybody had been here, I would not be here right now. Like, I needed to have like personal one-on-one time with you because I'm opening up my guts here. I'm an introvert. This is very like uncomfortable for me. We're in this financial situation. Like, you just so happen to approach me at the right time, the right place, the right atmosphere, no other people. And I was like, okay. God wink, right? So sometimes he does that. And we have to, instead of being like, okay, Mary Kay's not for me, I'm going home to eat bonbons because 7 people just canceled. Instead, we have to say, okay, what am I supposed to do right now? Obviously, 7 people canceled for a reason. I had planned to work, so I'm not just going to go home and say, oh, no work today. Instead, I'm going to say, okay, well, it's not this work, it's something else. I still needed to be in a position where my schedule was free and I was in the right mindset to be working, but not with those 7 people. That's the factor that God changed that night, was the people. So I was still in my business suit. I was still in the work mentality. I still had dedicated that time and got arrangements for my family to be taken care of. My husband was watching my baby. Now this factor changed, who I was working with. So I pivoted, right? And that's happened so many times. Heidi, that's happened to you. That's how you found Donita, right? And Davida, no? Donita, especially with the flower shop. She had like didn't have a party, or she was like on the move to like put facial boxes out.
Yeah, so I was headed to so I was gonna do like a rose promotion. So it's basically where you like hand out roses and your business card and warm chat people and network. And so I stopped at the flower shop was on my way to where I was going. And
Is that where you bought the flowers?
yeah, that's where I bought the flowers. And then the girl that was there, I was actually on my way out the door. Like, I walked out the door and then like something said like, turn around, go talk to her, go offer her a facial, and I was like, okay, I did. And then and her mom was done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, guys, it is out there for people are out there praying on their knees. And that's what kept me going in the beginning of my business, because I had 15 $0 parties. You guys don't know that. Do you guys know that? 15 $0 parties. How many of you would quit? The thought crossed my mind way too many times. But you know what I had in my brain? If I can master this, if I can figure this out, like, so many people will be able to. And like this thought in my brain kept saying, there are people that are praying for you. There are people that are looking for this opportunity, and there are people that will not have their lives changed if you quit. Okay, God. Oh, okay, I'll do another party. Like, okay, fine, I'll go out there and put myself out there again. But a big part of it was me. I was so anti-sales that I turned people off. You guys know my story. It wasn't because they were like too broke to buy. It was not because they were like not, feeling it from me. It was because I was just like, I won't ask the question, do you want to buy anything? So I'm leaving right now. And I just had like this kind of like, yeah. I mean, some people like told me straight up, they're like, I'm not in a position to buy. I don't like Mary Kay. I don't want to buy Mary Kay. And I said, hey, I just need a face anyway. Can I borrow your face? They said, sure. If you want to come do service on me, I'm fine. I was like, done. I just need practice. And I did. I did some people's face, not even like knowing that they weren't going to buy anything. But I was like, guys, I need to practice because I've got this script and I want to get good at this and I want to earn a car within 3 months because why? My rooted passion was for my family. It was for my future to get out of my ghetto basement apartment that had pipes on the ceiling and little like Christmas lights hanging down and to get my daughter out of her princess dungeon. She's 5 years old right now and I flipped through pictures of when she was a baby and we hit on the picture that I had taken of that bedroom. Not a bedroom, like furnace room. Concrete furnace room, broken window, rock wall, the whole workup. 4 sheets around a pack and play. Clipped with little clip hooks, whatever they're called, paper clips, not paper clips, clothespins along the sheets, right? Pack and play in the middle, princess tab that I got at the Goodwill for 50 cents. It said princess on it with little like ruffles around it. She looked at that and I was like, that used to be your bedroom. She's like, that is gross, Mom. Like she's straight up 5 years old. She's like, that does not look like a good bedroom. Like she doesn't remember, but for her to say that, like triggered that emotion again. I was like, yeah. It was not a good place for you to be. You're right. You're better than that. She has so much confidence. She knows where she stands on so many levels, and she has that because I was willing to fight for my dreams, and I was willing to say, no, that's not acceptable. That's not where I want my baby girl to grow up. I don't want her to have to be like, yeah, I live in this dungeon basement, right? When she's 5 years old and can actually remember, right? And so I was like, no, this is not okay for my family. And I needed to accept that on so many different levels because when I started Mary Kay, before Mary Kay, I was in the mindset of like, this is just how it is, like, whatever. And then when Mary Kay came around, it was like a shift. It was like this mental shift of you've got something to work with now, so take advantage. You've got the tools, you've got the actual vehicle to get to that next level, that next step in your life. And so I want you to write down the purpose of what fills your bucket. What makes you happy? What makes you want to get out of bed? What makes you want to work? Like when you think of if you didn't have it, what makes you almost want to cry? Like if it was taken from you right now, what would you cry about? And it can be an object, or it can be a person, or it can be a feeling. It can be a belief. It can be an income source. What would it be that would just completely break you if you didn't have it right now? And if you feel comfortable sharing, I want to know.
I put God, my kids, and my husband.
Your dad, your kids, and your
No,
husband?
God.
God,
My kids
your
and my
kids, and your husband. If they were taken from you, you would just lose it. Right? I mean, they're the core essence of who you are, right?
It's pretty much what I do everything for.
Right. That's what I want to know. Heidi?
Yeah, very similar. My family, my home, my husband, just my freedom.
I'd say my husband and like his support for me in anything I do, whether it's like a good idea or not. Like
He's just there. He's your rock.
yeah, and then the other thing is just that Grover learned to skate. Like, but I think that little project that I've been working on forever.
That's the heartbeat of what you've been building in your legacy, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Like when you leave, like this earth, like it'll be a stamp on your like road of like what you did in your lifetime, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what I wanted to know too. Okay, so last question is the passion. So what actually, and this could also be a purpose thing too, but like what's a time in your life that you really felt that completion, that kind of like burning passion that you would go talk to a stranger about? Like, guys, I really need this done, or I really want to make this happen. Like, have you ever been a part of a charity organization where they needed, the goal was to reach so much money? Or have you ever been a part of, a running race where you're like, I only have 600 feet left. Like, I only have, this is the push for the finish. Or maybe a diet that you were working on. You're like, I only have 10 more days left of this diet. Or maybe it was a time where you were in labor, having babies, and you're like, I only have 2 more hours to push. Like, I can do this. Or maybe it was like, what have you felt that passion intensity of like, I don't think I can make it, but I've got to. Like, I've got to give it my next 30 days, or my next 2 days, or my next 2 hours. Like, have you been in that kind of position? Like Heidi, when you did your 30 faces and you did 15 of them in a 2-day period or something. Remember that? And you were on a mission to say, I don't care if you buy product, I just need to see 15 faces in 2 days because I had a goal and I'm not willing to I made a line in the sand and I'm not willing to step over to the next month without seeing my 30. Remember that? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Have you ever had like that kind of like working with a purpose, passion, intensity before?
Not really, but I know why I do what I do. I know why, even though I have this, I keep working other jobs on top of it and won't stop working jobs because whatever.
So you just have an ongoing passion. And you won't, like, no matter how tired you are, you still get up. And no matter how burnt out you are, you still came back tonight. That says a lot. Your butt being in the chair says a lot more to me than any words coming out of your mouth. That's huge.
Yeah, so when I did the 30 faces in 30 days, so that was for my domestic violence
Portfolio.
Yeah, portfolio that I was doing going against domestic violence. So that was something that like I really wanted to accomplish and I really wanted to do it. So
And it wasn't even about the sales. It wasn't about anything more than saying I saw 30 faces by this date and I pushed for it even when you had to round up 15 in 2 days or something. Yeah, I mean that was like half your goal was in the last 2 days because you're like crap. But instead of backing down and being like I'll just do it next month, you did it to yourself. Like, nobody was holding a gun to your head. Nobody was telling you how to do it. You did it because you wanted to accomplish that feat that you had set for yourself, right? Have you had anything like that?
Yeah, with skating, there was like, I was competing, and I hadn't thought of a routine yet, and I had left 2 days before for Chicago and had not thought of a routine, so I made it up 2 hours before, and then ended up second place at nationals. So
You
awesome. Yeah.
performed it?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. Okay, I was thought you were teaching kids 2 hours before. I'm
it's
like,
just me.
oh,
I've never let that
gosh.
happen to my students.
I was like, you're way
it was
better.
me. Yeah.
Okay.
But
You
it's just-
personally,
Yeah.
2 hours before I
You
got
can-
second
so
in
that was some
nationals.
Yeah.
serious passion.
Yeah, because
into
it's
that
like
as well. Yeah.
after that, I'm like, I know I can do anything. Like I can
Yeah.
conquer anything.
Yeah.
It's just-
You can get second place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like wow. Mm-hmm. So and it's just like so much like focus has to go into it.
So much focus, so
Yeah.
much passion. So write that thought down, right next to passion, write the word passion, and then write the feelings that you got when you finished that goal. When you finished that huge feat, got second in nationals from something that you had put together, those 2 hours. Think of what you could have done. You know what I mean? Like if you can do that in 2 hours,
Like what
you
can you
can do
accomplish in
anything. Like wow. And Heidi, the thoughts that you had of I just revived myself. I fronted that giant. I slew that. What are the feelings that you felt that day?
Just I did it and I can do hard things.
You can do hard
I can do
things.
hard things.
How do you feel at the end of the day after you kicked it in the teeth? What do you feel?
I'm tired, but I have reason.
But you hit your head on the pillow, feeling
Not accomplished yet, but I'm getting there.
that you put in your day's work.
I have a plan for all of this. I'm just waiting for God to manifest it.
I love that you've got God in the picture. That's Mary Kay said, God first. So if you haven't put him in the picture, make him a part of the picture because he will bless all efforts that you have. I've taken a lot of time these last 2 weeks to be like, God, am I really supposed to be a director right now? I've actually asked myself that. Can you imagine after 4 years of being in Mary Kay, I even asked myself that. And I said, God, am I really supposed to be in this position? Like, really, whose lives have changed? And I started, like, counting all the people that I've recruited and going through the process in my head. And I'm like, really, like, how many lives are really being changed right now? And the answer that I got from God is, if you keep your butt in the chair and you keep your foot on the gas, you know that I'm going to bless your efforts. And if you put your foot on the brakes and you get out of the car, I'm still going to love you. I'm still going to, support, whatever it is that you decide to do next with your life, because you have so much potential and you can do a lot of things. I know that about myself. I could go into a lot of different fields and I could do a lot of great things with my life. But he also said, think of how many people's lives will not be changed if you stop right now. Think of how many more people are on their knees praying right now that you will not be able to meet. And it's your choice. It's your decision. And it's something that, when push comes to shove, I am the director of this team, and so I have to do things sometimes that are hard for me because of other people not stepping up, and so I'm the one who always is, the one who forerunning it every time, right? Whether or not everybody's going to join me or not, I have to be the one who's getting back in the saddle. And so it can get a little bit, stressful, and it can get a little bit uncomfortable, and it can be a little bit of a stretch. It's always a stretch. But it's always something that I'm like, because I'm in this position, I've learned how to stretch, I've learned how to grow, I've learned how to let God manifest the things that I can't make happen by myself. And so that was a really cool experience that I got to have just talking with God these last 2 weeks of being like, okay, like, is it really something that you want? And I thought to myself, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now if it wasn't, and I can't imagine who I would become if I did, like, if I've been able to grow this much in 4 years, what could I do in the next 12,
That's fantastic. It's really motivating. I don't know how.
To be this vulnerable with you? Please tell me this is encouraging and not defeating.
No, it's not defeating.
Okay.
It's like, your possibilities are endless. Like, your opportunities are endless. And you do have what it takes, really. It's just, you got it.
So you guys are a huge reason why I stay in this position, because I think of if I do something, where are you guys going to go? What's going to happen to your business? What's going to happen to your leadership opportunities? What's going to happen to your perception of, what's possible in Mary Kay? Like, I want that pink Cadillac for us to say we did it, for us to say, like, that's, like, our unit is at that level of, like, leadership and that level of accountability and that level of respect and that level of camaraderie and that
we
level
are
of
having an actual income.
and
that
having
we have
actual income,
and this
and
is
you guys
career
are doing
income,
this, and
that
you guys, Cadillacs are only made by
you won't
White
be
Chevy
in
Cruises
your-
behind it.
You won't
Like,
be
you guys
in
are
your
in
Cadillac
cars.
until we are
Stepping up to White Chevy
career
Cruises.
level income.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. So I'm looking for women who want that. And so I want you guys to seriously take like a minute to be like, what do I want? Because it does. You positioning yourself to a higher level allows for people to follow suit. If you stay here, you're bottlenecking your possibilities for everybody else who's going to come after you. And I knew that right from the get-go. I sat down with Jana only like 2 weeks after I started my business, and I said, what's the difference between me and you? And she said, honestly, the amount of people I have on my team. Like, the amount of income that the company's paying me, honestly, the only difference, because we make the same in sales, we all make 50% in our sales. The only difference between my paycheck and your paycheck is how many people we've influenced. So I said, really? Like, I can do that. If I can, like, I can talk to people about this business till they casket. Like, I love this business. I love the opportunities. I love the possibilities. I'm so passionate about what this business can do. And so all I said to her is, I was like, what do I need to do to be able to make that happen? She said, get people in front of me. And I said, that's it? Let's do it. So I started calling random people. I said, you don't even know me, but I just need 3 people to listen to the business opportunity about my company in the next, 24 hours, 48 hours, so that I can get these pearl earrings. Would you be willing to do that? And I'll give you a free eyeshadow sample or something like crazy, like some like $10 gift card with my products. And people were like, sure, I'll help you out. Sure, I'll help you out. Sure, I'll help you out. And I was like, hey, if you don't, do you know somebody that would? And I had to do the numbers. 1 out of 3 to 5 people signed. Some people were like, nope, not right now. Some people were like, no, never in a million years. And some people were like, oh, not me, but my friend right here. And to find those people who are ready right now. And I prayed. I still do every day. I pray for the people who are ready right now. Pray for are the people who are ready right now. Ready right now, ready right now, ready right now, ready right now. That's what you're looking for, the ready right nows. So those people who are giving you rain checks, Jasmine, they're not ready right now. The people who are giving you stand up, you know, like those are those first attempts in learning, those failures that are first attempts in learning, set you up for having an incredible national director story on stage. Like I always think of that. Like, I should give you the CD, you'd love it. She's like, I went to the house and the lights went out, and she's like, oh, excuse me, did they just have a blackout? Because they surely did not just turn the lights out on me. And then on stage, she says, like, she talks about her accolades, she talks about her years in Mary Kay, she talks about all the experiences that she's had, and she's like, and I do not remember those people who turned the lights out, and it's just like, the whole audience is just like, yes, like, that is why we do Mary Kay, is to have those kind of experiences and say, chapter in my book, that makes it more exciting, that makes it more like, being up in here in this chair and having your team, Leanne, of 20 to 30 women filling this room, and you being able to say that, they're like, Leanne can do that, I can do anything, let's do that, you know? And having that kind of an I story is powerful, right? If you said, hey, this is like the easiest business ever, all you gotta do is throw yourself out on Facebook and just give yourself a little chat, everybody talks to you, everybody books with you, and everybody holds with you, and it's all great, and everybody signs. Yes, I tell myself those things all the time, but do they actually in numbers? Has everybody signed? Does everybody book? Does everybody hold? No. Right? I tell myself that because I don't want the opposite to happen, so I tell myself my positive affirmations. But in reality, we still do numbers. It's mathematical. It's not magical. So when you look at how many people you've talked to, if you've talked to 10 people and not one person is booked, there may be something wrong with what you're saying. Because that's the average. That's the average. Have you talked to 10 people and had one person book? Or have you talked to only 5 and said, nobody's booking, this business sucks, it doesn't work for me? If you haven't talked to 10 people and gotten a booking, that's normal. Like, that's the numbers you need to crunch. That's what you need to do. And so I'm finding ways to shorten those numbers by the way I personalize things. And so I'll share with you some tips if you're interested. You want some tips? Sure. Okay. So I've been working on my professional women portfolio for quite a while now, and it's always been what works for me, and it's always been what really clicks with people and connects with people. So if I talk to Jasmine on the phone, I'm like, Jasmine, my name's Emily, and you don't know me from Adam, but so I know this is a little bit weird and random that I'm talking to you, but I actually know your cousin Davida. You know Davida, right? I mean, she's your cousin. Yeah? Okay. So I know this is super crazy and random, but she actually thought you might be interested in being featured in a professional networking portfolio that I'm building with 100 women in Omaha in the next 100 days. Is there any reason why? Well, first I would stop right there, and I would say if I was texting you, is text or call better? I haven't said anything, Mary Kay. I haven't talked to her about anything details. I've just given her, your friend or your cousin thought you would be interested in being featured in my 100-face portfolio. My 100-face WOW portfolio. WOW stands for working women out working. Working out women. Say, whoa, pump those irons. Women out working portfolio. Can I text or call with details? Everybody responds. Everybody wants to know what it is. And then they'll say text, and I say, okay, well, I know this is a little bit crazy. You probably have a lot of questions. I even say that in the text. I'm like, I know this sounds a little bit like you're really confused right now. But what I'm doing is I teach skincare and makeup with techniques with Mary Kay, and I'm building a professional portfolio of before and after pictures of your specialty. Can I ask what it is that you do for work? Always respond. Everybody wants to tell you what they do. It's all about, America is about what you do, right? In like England, it's about who you are. Oh, you're royal blood, you know. And in America, it's about what you do. So everybody's willing to share. Oh, I'm an architecture major at UNL. Awesome. I work at Domino's. Awesome. I work at Palm Beach Tan. Awesome. I work for, a software company building software for hospitals. Awesome. Whatever it is, awesome. And I specialize, I capitalize on that and say, can I feature you as my Domino's sales representative in my Women Not Working portfolio? Can I feature you as my Palm Beach Tan sales representative? Can I feature you as my ice skating coach for Omaha in my professional portfolio? Everybody says yes. Everybody is like all in with this. And they say, yes, I'm so excited. What all does it involve? Well, what we're going to be doing is a before and after. I've got all this scripted. I've got all this. All I have to do is text 1, text 2, text 3, text 4, text 5. Copy paste. Yeah. You can do this. But anyway, and I try and customize it. I'll change the wording. I make sure that it still sticks with but as far as what we're going to be doing, that doesn't change. I still say, charcoal mask with 5 specialty treatments that we're going to be doing at your pampering session, and a before and after picture with your customized look. Does weekends or evenings work better for you? That's how I text it.
And it's
Or
all
say it on
about
the phone.
them. It's all about
It's about them. And then from there, do they all book parties? No. But facials are great for me. I love one-on-ones. I love two-on-ones. I don't care how it is. If they feel more comfortable as a one-on-one or they don't have friends, I'm all about it. I just put my facials together. So I still maximize my time. So I have 3 facials coming to make a party on Saturday morning if you guys want to show. And they're totally just like random people I've never met before. One's actually I met this girl at Domino's because I was getting pizza, and so I was like, hey, I need you, and I need you. And you say these words that, just kind of spark people, and it's your positivity and it's your enthusiasm, and I'm clear about my focus for once. I've got my pic collages, I've been sending them on Voxer. Have you seen those? The before and the afters. I'm getting better at the way they look and the way they the way they flow and everything. But because I've done 5 now, I feel like I can do 95.
Yeah.
I feel like I just need to find them. So now I'm way more on point and on purpose because I've got 100 faces and 100 days. That's the only thing playing in my mind right now. 100 faces, 100 days, 100 faces, 100 days, and 100 women in this WOW portfolio. How cool would that be? By June 30th, I have my 100th face. I post this all on my new website, my new blog, my new everything that I've got going for me, and I put myself out there as 100 faces in the Omaha area. And as soon as that's done, you better believe I'm going to be starting a summer portfolio. Right? So spring goes till June 30th in my brain because that's where my 100 faces go for the 100 days. So could you get excited about putting a passion behind what you do? Connecting women, right? So mine is all about connecting women too. It's all about saying when all 100 people are up there with the before and afters and their titles with only their first name showing, no contact information yet. But you can see 100 faces in all 100 different areas and fields of interest, whether they be students who are majoring in that, or whether they be working at the gas station, or whether they be high up in corporate America. They're all on paper on this big, huge blog. I mean, this is what I'm picturing in my head. And I send that out to all the customers that are now my customers, and they all start linking together and being like, this is super cool. Mother with autism. My neighbor's son has autism. I need to find her a connection. She needs help learning how to help her son with autism. Somebody who's worked in fast food. I've never worked in fast food. My son really thinks he might be interested in working at Domino's. Can I talk to him about my son? I've never even thought about doing software in a hospital, and connecting everybody together, and it was all because of my business. They're all my customers, they're all intertwined. It's passion to me. It's excitement to me. It's something I can get so motivated about that I can literally walk across the room right now and ask that lady who's been my neighbor for 4 years, 2 years now, and say, would you like to be my Heart-Light Connection energy healer? You know what I mean? I have that much confidence, passion, and purpose about what I'm doing right now that rejection's not an option. Saying no isn't even an option. If somebody said no, I'd be like, oh, that's weird. What? This isn't exciting to you? Well, I don't want you in my portfolio anyway, because you got to be excited about what you're doing. And I tell people, I'm looking for women who are excited about what they're doing. Can I ask what it is that you do? And if they're like, oh gosh, you don't want me in my portfolio, I'm like, well, let's talk. Maybe you're just a little bit depressed and you need to change, and maybe I could help you with that. Or possibly she is way too negative and I don't want her in my portfolio, right? So that's one of the key factors. I say you got to be passionate. You've got to be excited about what you're doing. And by the fact that you care to know what they're doing, guess how much more open they are to learn about Mary Kay?
So much.
Shut the front door. Are you kidding me? I'm talking about your ice skating the whole time. You should be recruiting me. But then I open the door to this possibility and you're like, hey. It's like magic. But it's just women connecting. It's just women giving a crap about the other person. It's women, you know what I'm saying? It's huge. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? And so taking that time on the phone, I know you only have 2 minutes with me. And I always say, do you have at least 2 minutes? Did I interrupt anything, or do you have at least 2 minutes for me to talk to you? And I always am respectful of that. If they don't have time, I say, let me call you back or text you. But I never just jump into what I'm saying, because that's a big, huge turnoff. So work with people, respect people. Learn how to hear their voice and be like, okay, is she even remotely interested? And I've always felt awkward when it's all about me. It's awful on the phone. You can feel it on the phone. You can see it.
Just talking about myself in general, like, is really rough.
People
It's
just turn the other
rough.
way, or they just, right?
Mhm.
I mean, you just, it's like so frustrating. So you just have to be, and I don't want to say tactful, but tactful. Really. I mean, I hate the word tactful because it sounds sly and it sounds whatever, but it's tactful because women are women. Women need tactfulness, or else you're working like, I mean, talk to our husbands if you have any question in your mind that we don't need to be tactful, so that they don't need to be tactful when they want something from us, right?
Right.
If my husband says, "What are you doing tonight?" and I had just had a party cancel, I'm like, "Don't talk to me right now." Like, I just had a party. I don't know what I'm doing tonight. You know, I don't want to talk about it. So of course he knows to like not ask certain questions anymore, and he needs to be more tactful. Like, "Hey babe, should I rub your feet before I ask this question?" You know, like sometimes we need a foot rub on the phone before we talk to her about what it is that we're doing, because there's so many people selling things. There's so many people salesing things and pitching things and doing things like that. And so it's our way in the door. It's our way to like be like, you know what, this works. Mary Kay's been working for 55 years because we know how to put that sign around someone's neck saying, "Make me feel important." That's what this is. This is legitly saying, your sign is visible for everybody to see. Now can you listen to what I have to say? Right? It's saying, before you even start the product, be like, let's get to know each other for a minute. Heidi, tell me what it is that you love to, tell me like a little bit about yourself. Tell me what it is that you love. Tell me what it is that you're passionate about in your life, and tell me what your possibilities are for the future. And you get a minute to share. You get at least 2 minutes, 5 minutes. I try not to go like crazy, but once everybody gets that icebreaker open, I say, okay, I just want to share a little bit about myself, see if this is something that you'd be interested in, and I go for it. And I had a lady last night who's like, corporate America, top notch, rocking it out, and super, like, I could be really intimidated because I've never worked corporate America. She's full on glam. She looks awesome. I'm like, we're taking all this off and we're working with my stuff now, which is, I'm not doubting Mary Kay, but you look awesome. You look awesome. You look sharp as a tack, and I'm trying to duplicate what you just did because honestly, like, just take it off, put it back on. Really. But she was so excited to meet with me, and by the end, she didn't buy a single thing of product. She didn't refer a single person. But her number was a 7, interest level in the business. She wants to come back, she wants to help me build my portfolio, and she wants me to actually come to her house and talk to her more about the business opportunity. And she works corporate America. She loves her job. She loves what she does, but she says, I don't know if I can keep traveling. My son just said to me, he's 16 years old, Mom, you're done traveling. I want you to be done traveling. And she's like, just by your setup, and by the fact that you can be happy, like you're positive and you're happy doing what you do, I know I could rock this. I mean, she was giving me makeup tip pointers last night. I was like, you look awesome. I'm going to let you teach me tonight. And I was okay letting that down, being like, you know what you're doing. A lot of people don't. So, like, give me your tips. And that's what I did today with my eyes. So
love it.
excited.
I love
So
it.
exciting, right? That I was humble enough to not be like, I know it all. Shut your door.
Yeah, that's because makeup is always, it's like tricks of the trade, and everyone has their
So
own
many
thing.
things to learn.
I love it.
There's so many things to learn. So instead, I put myself in a different position, and I said, it's about you tonight. So if this helps you feel more, you do it a certain way, teach me your tricks. Teach me what you can do. And I love it. I'm going to do a YouTube tutorial on it. It's like so exciting. So anyway, what my point is she wants me to come to her house, talk with her about the business. She's a 7. I would have never had somebody just out there who already looks fabulous, heels, ombre hair, gorgeous, makeup done, and like rocking it out in corporate America, come in and say, I like this. Come tell me more. I'm a 7 interest level, and I am going to come back and work with you on helping you build your portfolio and help your lighting and help your like. She's like, let's set up a time. Like, come on, people. Like, that is way better than like. And she of course wants to buy a product, and like, we'll talk about the referrals later. But I'm like, that's awesome. That's connecting. That's That's caring enough to learn about had I just approached her Mary Kay, I don't know if it would be the same, because honestly when she came in she was like, I'm really nervous to try your skincare line because I don't change lines. I don't try anything new. I break out. So she didn't even come because I said Mary Kay. She came because I was passionate about featuring her as a corporate businesswoman and building a connective portfolio. Like when she came in, she's like, I'm not washing my face, am I? Yes, of course you're washing your face! And she was totally fine with it after we talked. But can you imagine, like, how much more of a connection there is when we actually, like, what do you do? Nobody does that. Nobody calls with a pitch and say, Can you tell me what it is that you do? Guys, it's crazy, but it works. It works. So before I like rant and rave for another long while, because I know time is of the essence, we gotta be like on the books and getting our appointments filled. What tips, what kind of things have kind of clicked with you that you're excited to implement and that you're excited about now that you've maybe written down like that passion and that purpose and maybe even like the ideal situation in your Mary Kay business? Like what has this helped Ramesh for you?
I think my approach, what you just got done saying actually is what helps on how you approach it. Even though everybody
portfolio,
that I
yeah.
talk to, I personally know so far, but
Yeah, the portfolio.
that was a nice idea.
Take
And
your
you can
time.
even, like, the people you have approached, you can say, hey, I know this isn't for you, but what professional women do you know, you know?
And they're not saying no. That's the thing. They're not saying no. It's just
Yeah.
okay. Well, here's the time to do it, and like that appointment we had that day.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm gonna do it, and after that, it's just started becoming excuses. And then you know what? I don't have time. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna be a customer. I promise. I love Mary Kay, and I need this and I need that, and I'm like, okay, but it's not doing me no good when you're failing. Wait every time.
Yes, but
Like, I don't have time for that. It's either no or leave me alone. Like, don't keep calling you're calling my phone. I didn't even approach her. She came to me. So it's just, for her to keep doing it, it's like,
It's almost
instead of
like-
my
It's
game.
like
Playing
teasing
the
you.
game.
It's just
Yeah.
teasing
Yes.
you. Hey, I'm gonna be
Like,
a
don't play
customer.
games with
And
me.
then-
I actually know people who does do Mary Kay on a regular basis. It's just the point of,
So how many
Playing
people are
games.
like this? Just her? Or do you have
it's
a
been
handful?
her that's done it so far. That's been like, yes,
Back and
no,
forth,
yes,
back and
no,
forth.
yes, no, wait. A week later, yes, no, yes, no. It's like, I don't have time for this. But it's other people that's like, yeah, I'm interested, and
How many would you say?
energy. Right now, it's like 3, maybe. That's
Okay,
like,
so really not a
Well, and
not
I feel
really
like
a
some
ton.
people just don't have control enough of their schedule, like
And
their
then
own schedule, and
my
that
own
makes it
schedule
really,
is an
that
issue as
makes it
well.
really-
Your own
you
schedule,
know,
so
I
you-
was really bad at scheduling. Like I
Was it? I don't even remember. With
What?
me and you? Oh, it was.
Yeah,
It
and then we
was.
finally
You
got
rescheduled with me like 2 or 3 times.
yeah, and I could not figure out my personal schedule for like my lessons as well, just because I'm always flying by the seat of my pants. Maybe she's just one of those people that just has to learn how to like get it together, you know? Because I mean, it's been what 4 years since I met you, 3 years since I met you, and it's just been like I am finally getting a step.
That's why I was like, if you're
better
willing to
at-
be on Thursdays, I will move meetings to Thursdays.
Yeah, I know, and it's always there's always something, but
Yeah. So some things are out of her control,
yeah,
but other things, how cool would it be to not be in scarcity mode? To have so many parties on your books that if she comes to you and says you want a book, great, you fit into my Thursday spot.
Right.
And then she doesn't show, I still have an appointment. She comes back, you want to fit in, here's my Friday spot. She can't make
that's the
it.
thing. I don't have
cancel.
that kind of open schedule yet. Like,
So Thursday
I work
nights
a
is
full-time job.
this
besides
this
so-
is an opportune time. If any of you had guests right now, I would be done talking and we would have had guests right now.
Yeah.
So
And I
that's
have
why I was
guests.
waiting. Okay, okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, we would totally. This is what we're gonna be doing then. Is working with your mom, right? So that's, I mean, that right there is Thursday nights, huge. Okay, so just like capitalize on Thursday nights. Whatever night you put into this, the studio is your night. And you just tell me beforehand, I've got X amount of guests, I've got this, you know, this is what we're gonna be doing, and then we capitalize on that, and so that way you guys can feel like your time, you learned and you earned. That's what, that's the ideal, is you learn while you earn. Any other thoughts that have come?
Well, I definitely have, because I run my own business as like a figure skating coach, so this is totally, it just helps. And I think it's built my confidence to be like out there to go get people. Not in terms of like skating, but just like to be able to talk to them a lot more. Just with a little more purpose, because I can talk to anyone about anything,
Yeah.
but like just trying to, you know, corral them into something that I would want them to do without being purely manipulative or like manipulative in general. It's but yeah, I have asked like, what do you do? Because I just had a meeting with one of the lady, like with a lady from like Fit Girls Inc. If that makes sense, and she has a remarkable story. She's like, yeah, my father passed away in like a grain silo accident when I was like 3, and my mom raised me, and like I've been really strong, and I've like, you know, did all the sports in school, and when I went to college, I got like a full ride to Creighton, but like within like freshman year, I had 2 internships every year going in like throughout college, and I was like just a go-getter, and I was like, you are inspiring, like really inspiring.
So you're meeting with, like, you're talking with her now?
just for like coaching stuff, but there's like no reason why I think she would really enjoy like this. 'Cause she's gorgeous.
featured.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, guys, we are so cool. Our business is so cool. I mean, can you imagine if you did something different? Like, put yourself out there in like any other company right now. Like, could you feature women? I mean, maybe, but could you actually like warm chat somebody about a health product? Not as easily.
That's hard too.
Could you just like warm chat or somebody about like just anything like a purse, but now like have a purse party for me, like out of the blue. Like it's very cool that we can just be like, come in, we'll do up your makeup, like give you a whole new look, which everybody's about their image. The 3 things that lasted the Great Depression were tobacco, alcohol, and cosmetics because women love to look good. No matter how whatever financial position they are, they will not go a day without their lipstick or their mascara or their moisturizer because they want to feel and look good. And so we can capitalize on that in so many ways. That this is a great business. And then again, that residual income every 3 months coming back to us. And so teaching people how to make that work for them in their busy lives, in their busy schedules, like guys, resell yourself on this company if you're having any doubts. Resell yourself on the product if you haven't tried it in a long time or if you haven't been using everything that you have. Resell yourself on this opportunity, like just in what we do, and that will boost your passion and your purpose and what it is that your ideal business will look like. Last thing I'm going to say, I have a video. There's a slideshow app that you can download. I found it because I was looking for how to create a slideshow. And I'm not going to show it to you because it's not finished, but I want to show you like how it will go. So this is my everything that I just explained to you in a video, in a slideshow video that I created, and I put it to the song "Million Dreams" from The Greatest Showman, which is the song that I had you all come in and we listened to it. And
I love that movie. I just saw that this.
So
weekend.
my affirmation is I am motivated, ambitious, and daring, and so my slideshow here is my vision board.
That's awesome.
Can you guys all see it from here? And I just found pictures on Google that I'm like really like that inspire me. And pictures of you. Pictures of my family. Pictures of my future dream home. Pictures of my future Cadillac. Evelyn started watching this. I was doing her hair and I was like, watch this, Evelyn. And she said, Mom, that's your pink car. Mom, that's your pink car. James, Mom, I can see these pink cars. Mom's pink car. I was like, I gotta get that pink car, guys. This to your kids, to your husband, to your family.
There's your pink card.
Right?
Pink car.
The Cadillac, the Escalade, random customers, my best customers, you guys, the Caddy Club, right? Give yourself goosebumps every morning with your own story. Slideshow app. That's simple.
Is that what it's called?
Slideshow. I don't know. Just look up Slideshow, free app. So then, unlimited earnings. Trips to Hawaii. Seeing the 7, things, the greatest things ever. The 7, whatever they're called, the 7 wonders of the world. Putting pictures out there, this song is perfect for this kind of stuff. How cool is that? So it's not finished yet, but it's in the makings. And it's just to watch for myself because I'm very visual and I am not a poster. I mean, I did put my poster together of my 100 Face in 100 Days, so every time I come back from a meeting, I put the name of the person and the title of the job description that I did on them. And then I put together the pic collage.
Wow.
So anyway, guys, this is working. This is passionate. This is making me want to do it again and again and again and not burn out and not give up and not have any rejection. Nobody says no when I get like this. Nobody does. They just don't. It's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. When I go from oh my gosh, nobody's booking with me and I'm working with and you want a free facial, do you want a free facial? Nobody works with me. But if I turn my focus and I just am in this mode of it's all about you, girl. Just tell me if I can work with you. This would be an honor to me to feature you. They just oh my gosh, of course you can feature me. I don't even care what it is that you're doing. You took time. You cared. And then from there, the doors are open. They're all ears because you took time. So, amen. That's it. Okay, I know you got a jet.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
we're gonna do a quick dash out the door look with some cream eyeshadows. If you guys, I'll still video it. I'll start a new video
Cream eyeshadow.
because it is like I got.
We try.